We just got an extremely interesting leak for a possible new Pokemon game that's going to be releasing next year. If you guys don't know, next year is the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, and this is actually a leaked trademark that Pokemon just filed. So it says here that Nintendo, Creatures, and Game Freak have registered a new trademark, Celebration Collection, that falls under the class of games, toys, and playthings, in which the TCG is also classified. But they made a really interesting point at the bottom here, which I want to talk about in this video. And they said, is this a new set for the TCG, or could this be related to ports of classic Pokemon games? Which, the reason I think that's so interesting is because a lot of people want a Pokemon Classic Collection, which if you guys haven't heard anything about that, it's basically a game for the Switch 1 and the Switch 2, I would imagine, where they have all the 2D Pokemon games included on one cartridge, at least the first like 3 gens of Pokemon. I think it'd be sick if they went above and beyond and gave us, you know, every single 2D Pokemon game, including remakes and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know, I have a feeling that it would probably just be like the first 3 generations or something, like I said. But either way, I think that'd be really sick, and I know a lot of people do want to see that. So in this video, I kind of want to talk about what that game might look like, and if this trademark is of course actually for a game, then I want to talk about when we can expect it to release. So I'm gonna get into all that stuff in this video, but I do want to say quick before we get into it that I'm trying to hit 20,000 subscribers on the channel. I'm also going to be covering all the latest news and leaks about the DLC, so if you guys don't want to miss any of that stuff, make sure you guys subscribe because it helps me get closer to my goal. And one last thing, guys, me and Fundoris are still doing a giveaway for the DLC, and it's going to end really soon. So if you guys want a chance to win, all you guys have to do is join our Discord. The link's going to be down below, and it's completely free to enter. So if you guys do enter, then good luck to all you guys, and let's get into it. All right, so first off, I know you guys are already saying, you know, it's most likely just a trademark for the TCG, which I could agree with you guys, but part of me feels like it's not going to be for the TCG because if you guys remember back with the 25th anniversary, the set that came out was called Celebrations, and obviously Celebration Collection sounds very similar to that. And I mean, if we look at the TCG, every single set name is kind of its own unique thing. Like, they don't really repeat themselves too often or ever, so that's why I feel like there's a chance that this could be for a video game. And I feel like it makes perfect sense to give us a game that includes every single one of the classic games on the Switch, because that has been a big topic that a lot of people have been talking about, where a lot of the old Pokemon games, like the 2D ones on the Game Boy and the DS, the prices of these games have just gotten out of control. Like, if you guys go on eBay, all these games are going to cost you like $100, you know what I'm saying? And also with the fact that Nintendo's been really going after emulators recently, there really isn't a very accessible way for most people to play these classic games. So I feel like from that perspective, it makes a lot of sense that they would give us something like this for the 30th anniversary. And I feel like the name kind of makes sense for that too. Like, it literally is a collection of classic games to celebrate the 30th anniversary. So Celebration Collection. You guys know where I'm going with this. It makes a lot of sense, you know what I'm saying? And all the concepts for this that I've seen, like this one on screen, it seems like what they have in mind is just the games on Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, but I just think it'd be so cool if they did something kind of along the lines of Mario 3D All-Stars, where they kind of gave us like a Pokemon 2D All-Stars kind of thing, where it literally had every single 2D Pokemon game from Red and Blue all the way to Black and White 2. And I can't lie to you guys, if people are willing to pay $100 for just one of these games on eBay or something, then I think so many people would be willing to spend the $100 to get every single one of these games on one cartridge on their Switch, you know what I'm saying? Because not only are the old games expensive to buy on their own, but if you don't have your old DS or your old Game Boy laying around from when you were a kid and you want to play these games, the price of a DS and a Game Boy Advance on something like eBay is going up too. So with the fact that so many people own a Switch, this would be like a money printer, you know what I'm saying? I would say either way, if this is going to be for a TCG set or a game, it's going to be announced on Pokemon Day next year regardless, which always is on February 28th. I don't know, either way, it'll be interesting to see what they end up doing with it. But let me know what you guys think about all this, if you guys have any ideas about it for yourself, and if you really do think this could be for a classic collection game. And also, like I said at the start of the video, I'm trying to hit 20,000 subscribers on the channel, so if you guys don't mind helping me out to reach my goal, I extremely appreciate all you guys. Make sure you guys don't miss out on the giveaway, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.